surprises in this new lineup? Talk us through them.
I think the biggest one, Jeannie, is the nomination of Eric Dupond-Moretti, who is not a politician. He is a lawyer who is very well known to the French public, one of the most media-savvy lawyers in France, who's defended a whole myriad of people over the years, ranging from Karim Benzema, the footballer, to Jérôme Kerviel, the rogue trader, to French ministers who've been accused of corruption, even to the brother of Mohamed Merah, one of France's most notorious terrorists. So he is now the new Justice Minister in France, taking over from Nicole Belloubet, someone who is highly polemic, who's criticised magistrates in France, saying that they are the only ones who do not have to explain why they make the decisions. And he says it is a declaration of war, basically, on the magistrature in France. So it looks like there's going to be a difficult relationship between the two, but he's really the most, let's say, surprising nomination of this new government. There are three others. One of them is who is a former minister, who is Roselyne Bachelot, who was a minister under Jacques Chirac, and also Nicolas Sarkozy, who was health minister. She is now named as the new culture minister. She's been very much welcomed by the culture sector, which is suffering very badly as a result of the COVID-19 crisis, with cinemas closed, with theatres shut, with events being cancelled all over the country. So a €5 billion injection of money expected into that sector. She says it's urgent to get it back on its feet. There are two other nominations. One of them is very important. That is for ecology. Barbara Pompili, who comes from the Ecology Party and the Greens, and also worked under former President François Hollande, is the new ecology minister. She comes from that background, so she's going to be taken more seriously, I think, than her predecessor, Elisabeth Borne, who came from the French transport organisation. Macron has got to prove that he's serious about ecology, because we had a huge surge in support for ecology movements in the recent municipal elections in France. So that's one issue that he's determined to get to grips with if he has any chance of being re-elected. And the other one is the Interior Minister, who is just been named and is a former supporter and confidant of Nicolas Sarkozy, that is Gérard Darmanin. He's 37 years old, the youngest interior minister since François Mitterrand got the job back in 1956.
Today is going to be the first meeting of this new government. What are the most pressing issues on the table?
Well, there are a whole load of very pressing issues. Most of all, the economy in France, which is in free fall as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic in France. It's on the brink of a recession, and the government is expecting a whole myriad of companies to go bust after the summer break as government funds run out. There is a lack of frequentation. And if you think back about what France has been through over the last couple of years with the yellow vest protesters, which have already affected industry and shops and commerces in this country, plus a 6-week transport strike, plus protests over a pension reform, and now the coronavirus outbreak, there are many companies that are just holding on and are more than likely to have to lay off more people. So that is the key issue that the government is going to have to deal with. And Macron keeping his eye very firmly on the opinion polls because he wants to be re-elected in 2 years' time. He's hoping this government will be the sign of a new lease of life for him, turning over a new leaf. Not sure that's going to be the case right now, because a lot of criticism about the fact this government is not really new enough to help Macron in any hope of conquering power again in 2 years' time.